Chapter 3. Damn, another long one. I kind of like the short ones. I'll admit. But is this the final chapter? Or not? I don't know. But I guess there's gonna be one after this. I told you already, that film was cursed. You're better off forgetting about it. Forget about it, that's all I can say. Just forget about all this, forget about that film if you don't want to end up like me. If you watch it, you'll be cursed too. But we're gonna go get it! Because we're determined! Following morning, Yagumo sits in front of the PC in his room and heaves a deep sigh. After the meeting with Sakio Ito, he returned to his room and tried to get some progress on the plot for the project, but Sayama Ito's words kept spinning in the mind, and he couldn't get even a lick of work in before dozing off. Yagumo opens the master folder with a vacant expression and clicks on a file. What he saw there was Capricious Hall's living room, when the party led by Inspector Misawa and Magari came on to rescue him. The shaking of the screen makes it clear just how tense that moment was, and within that scene, he caught glimpses of the corpse plastered to the living room wall like a sacrifice. Yagumo stares at that scene absent-mindedly, repeatedly playing the scene. Suddenly, he's jolted by the sound of his phone's ringtone. This is a mail from Sakia. God, don't give me a heart attack. Big news! From Sakia. Dear brother, Director Yamagishi is coming to the Oki Islands to Nishinoshima. And can you believe this? Tomorrow! The veteran actor Shichichiro Funakoshi will be joining us. Let's go! The big talent they call the Emperor of Suspense. So he'll be working with director Yamakishi. Shichiro Funakoshi. Yagumo has been leaning back against the backrest, but sits up with a jolt and hurriedly plays the pilot film. Right, Shichiro Funakashi was Manabe's actor in the pilot film. Okay, it was Monba's. Okay, so this is... Okay! Okay. So this is the film. I was kind of picking up on that already, but... So they're all actors doing a film. He was there on the set. He should know something about the film. Yagumo hurriedly composes a mail asking his sister to arrange him with a meeting of and rises from his feet. Rises to his from the seat, excuse me. He goes out to the recording reception room where he runs into Magari, who just came to work. Morning, director. You're here early. Yeah, I want to get well, his bedroom's here. I would think he lives here. Yeah, I want to get started as soon as property company starts working. Oh, that place with Sakio Ito's work. Magari replies to the words in somewhat bitter tone. What's that? You sound like you're disgusted by this. I'm not disgusted. I'm just kind of scared. Scared? Scared of what? I mean, Sayama said you'd better off not seeing it, and he just said the same thing when you saw him yesterday too, right? It feels like something bad will happen if you watch it. I have a bad feeling about this. I can't go back after coming this far. I'm not planning on stopping this investigation. Yeah, I figured you'd say that, but still. Yagumo checks his watch, slightly annoyed by Magari's half-hearted attitude. It's past 10. Contact the company. Magari, do it. Magari reaches for a smartphone bitterly. Yes, then we'll be in front of Kasuga-hime. Yes. Thank you very much. I made the appointment. We're supposed to meet with the company's representative in an hour. Right, I'll go take a shower so you go get the car. Yes, sir. Scratching puppy belly, scratchy puppy belly, puppy belly. Boop. Okay. Sorry, she's in front of me. It's hard not to want to pet my puppy. Oh, that good girl. Where's my sweet child? Yes, you are just a sweet child. A crazy child sometimes, but a sweet child. Oh yeah, just flop your head back down, that's fine. My oh my, was I surprised. All of a sudden, he just got arrested, and on murder charges at that. I just wish he could cancel his contract already. The representative starts complaining as soon as they meet him. Yagumo simply smiles wryly as he heads towards Kasuga-hime. So what are you here for today? Oh, we're asked to deliver some personal articles to Mr. Ito in prison, technical manuals and the like for his office. In that case, next time you visit him, could you ask him to consent to the contract being void and disposal of his belongings? For now, his rent is being paid through the direct debit, but who's to say how long it'll last? And besides, he shouldn't have to pay rent needlessly. Alright, I'll let him know. We'd appreciate it. Now here's the spare key. Thank you, I'll go in then. Now Asuma went back to the front of the apartment building where Magari and the resident were waiting. Apparently he did find something because the bag in his hand was swollen. Did you find it? Yagumo nods curtly at Magari. The two thanked the representative and parted ways for him, setting forth the stern faces. I want to see this film. Is this going to be the suicide? I wonder if that's who died at the beginning. Was it Riho? Was it Riho? Yagumo enters the editing room, connects the hard disk he retrieved from the apartment to the PC and prepares to play the footage. I'm really scared now. Are you really going to watch this? You can leave the room if you don't want to see it. I'll watch alone. Fine. I feel like if I don't watch it, imagining what's in there is just going to scare me more. I'll watch it too. Margaret opens the dark disks folder and searches for a file that seems like it might be what they're looking for. Thankfully, there was only one video file on the hard disk and it didn't take long to find it. The file size is pretty small. I don't think this video is an hour or even 30 minutes long. Well, the project was suspended halfway through, so it probably just cuts off at some point. Right, that makes sense. Alright, I'm hitting play. Go on. Ori clicks on the play button with a nervous expression. The moment garbled footage flashes across the screen for a while before the protagonists Riho and Manabe walk across the forested road. It's like the last two films they saw, the pair banter over trivial matters that they walk calmly together. Nothing looks different from the rest so far. As the two watch the monitor, the scenes seem to change without any coherent order. All of them seem to be scenes where Riho and Manabe are the only people on screen. This is, I guess, the production prior to shooting after the scenes with the protagonists first. Maybe the movie got suspended before they shot the scenes with the rest of the cast. Probably. Ah! What? An abnormal scream rises from the monitor, prompting Yagumo and Magari to jolt in place. Inside the monitor, they see the woman who acted the role of Manabe pinned under a fallen lighting stand. As the camera shakes in panic, they can hear what sounds like a voice of the recording staff. No! Hey, hurry up! We have to get this off her! What are you doing? Hurry up, you idiots! The staff hurried to Manabe's actress without regard for the fact that she's on camera. The woman's neck was in contact with the toppled lighting stand, with the faint white smoke rising from where it came in contact with her skin. Oh, that's awful. This isn't a scene. This isn't fake. That's real deal footage of an actual incident. That's what it looks like. Eventually, the screen, which remained disorderly as before, blacks out. Silence settles over the editing room. That's not that big of a deal. I mean, it is, but it's not. That's the truth behind why the project was suspended? That lighting stand was an HMI lamp from indoor use. That thing falling on you and touching your skin directly would cause severe injuries. Oh. That first woman who died. She had the scar. Is that Manabe? Was that her? Ooh. However, Edwin looks down at the PC monitor again. Magari follows his gaze at the monitor too, immediately realizing that he was about to say. It's blacked out, but it's still playing. There's still 5 minutes worth of data left. Yeah. The pair watched the blacked out screen for a while longer. I'll try scrolling ahead. But as Magari says this and reaches for the mouse, the image on the monitor changes. Suddenly the scenery changes to precipitous cliff. Walking along is a woman, clad in a white dress. That's Riho's actress, right? The sight of the woman walking along the cliffs under the moonlight, her white dress fluttering about, has a certain mysterious grace to it. Riho eventually stands at the tip of the cliff and then turns around to look at the camera. Her lips move slightly, forming a few words. And the next moment... What? All too softly, as if trying to leap into a road that extends off the cliff's edge, the actress jumps off. What was she thinking? What was she trying to convey? Leaving behind only a tragic, somewhat forlorn smile behind, the woman disappears below the cliff. That... just now. That was fake, right, director? Margari turns to face Yagumo in blank amazement. But upon seeing his face, Margari feels the breath clog in her throat. Director, this isn't fake. Huh? Yagumo covers his face with his hands, just barely managed to cough out the words through his clenched jaws. That's real footage of how she committed suicide. Real footage? This is... She committed suicide 10 years ago. That's my older sister. What? Damn it, why is this? Yagumo sobbed, holding his face in his hands as if trying to scratch it off, and Magari can do nothing but watch him, dumbfounded. So I was right, it is a sister. Studio Yagumi's reception offices. Magari can't bear to stay in the editing room, and so she decides to sort the receipts for their location scouting. Okay, next. Magari stretches to relax and then checks the time on her smartphone. It's been 4 hours since they watched that film. The director hasn't left the room at all. I don't know what I should do either. Hug him! That's Japan, so never mind. Magari heaves a small sigh and reaches for her coffee mug, but then... Yeah! Magari! The Oki Islands! We're going to the Oki Islands! Yagumo vigorously opens the door and bursts into the reception office. Whoa! Don't scare me like that! We're going to the Oki Islands. Arrange for a ferry right now. Wait, why the Oki Islands all of a sudden? That cliff, I knew it was familiar from somewhere, so I looked it up while trying to remember, and I found a place that looks like a match. That's probably the Matungai Cliff in the Oki Islands. That means all the other places we saw there must have been in the Oki Islands. So you want to go and confirm that's the place? The question is who shot that video. If we can find some trace of it on the Oki Islands, we might be able to find out who that was. Right. There aren't any more flights today, so we can go tomorrow. Let's call Kanade over. Flights? Is that what we call going on a ferry? Is that a flight? I don't... Kanade too? So we're location scouting? Sure. The ferry's fee's pretty expensive though, so since we're traveling, let's make it part of the location scouting then. Whoa, you cheapskate! Despite her quipping, Magari looks somehow cheerful. Is it just the atmosphere, or Magari couldn't tell, but seeing Yagumo go back to his old self was incredibly reassuring. Alright, I'll order the tickets online. What about Hitoha? I don't know if she's good to leave the hospital yet, so she probably can't come. Right, about Hitoha, even if she were out of the hospital, I wouldn't want her to exert herself for a while. But leaving without her telling her anything would be cold of us. I'll drop at the hospital and let her know. That sounds good. Alright, let me see. Magari fills her smartphone, searching for something out, probably the ferry's time, and then looks up. It leaves at 9 a.m. for port 7, so we should probably gather around 7 a.m. Alright, let Kanade know. Roger. Oh. Manami, you're here Manami, you're here too? Upon entering the hospital, Yagumo and Magari exclaim in surprise at finding Manami here. Director Ibuse nominated her, so I make it a point to check in on her whenever I can. We need her to get better soon as she can for the project to succeed. I see. Thank you for your consideration. I sure have a lot of guests today. Kishino came here earlier too. Huh? He came to visit you again? There were 3 more fruit baskets sitting on the shelf. Don't tell me those are all from Kishino. Yes, I feel pretty bad about it, so I always tell him not to, but he brings them one over every time. And they're all the same kind of fruit basket. Hitoa can't eat all of those on her own, so she tries to share them with other patients, but he just keeps bringing more, so it never ends. That does sound like Kishino's unique lack of sensibility. Magari's about to say that, but realizing it would be too rude, manages to swallow those words. Yagumo gently checks on Hitoha. Hitoha smiles happily, but her complexion seems to have gotten somewhat worse since the last time they saw her. I guess she still hasn't gotten as better as she says. Yagumo speaks cheerfully, as if to drown out the anxiety surging within him. Oh, hospitals always had this depressing image in my mind, but this room looks almost radiant. Guess having 2 beauties in the room really make the place light up. Hitoha chuckles at Yagumi's words for some reason. Huh? Did I say something strange? Oh no, it's not so much strange as... Director, Kishino said the same thing when he came earlier. Huh? The exact same thing. It almost feels like deja vu. Deja vu? Being the same as Inspector Kishino. I'm shocked. No, not shocked. Embarrassed. Forget embarrassed. You were off at the point where you counted only 2 beauties in the room. Huh? I mean, there aren't just 2 beauties in this room. There's 3 beauties. Oh, yeah. That reaction pisses me off. But seeing them multiply like this is kind of creepy. It's a gift from Inspector Kishino, so who knows what's in there? Oh, I'm sure it's just normal fruit. Well, they're taking up space anyway. Mind if we eat it? Oh, it'd be a huge help. I can't hope to eat it all on my own. Alright, let's eat it all up, Magari. Roger! Munch, 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 munch. 10 minutes later, after Yagumo and Magari devour Kashina's fruit baskets like hungry animals, only one basket remains. Ugh, I can't eat anymore. Dying. I met him earlier, but that Kashino person is a police inspector, right? You have some unusual friends. Well, we went through a lot in Yunotsu and Suwano. We're not exactly friends with him, though. I'm not even sure why he thinks he can come visit Hitoha like this. You have quite the complicated relationship with him. Yes, we do. It's a flower basket Manami picked from Hitoha and directed Upufuse's behalf. Alright, let's tell her we're gonna leave. Oh yeah, Hitoha. And my hands are a heavy-looking paper bag. What's this? Remember that what I promised you last time about getting you some manga to pass the time with? I bought you some. Really? I was looking forward to this, actually. Wait, hold up. Why did you go and buy her random stuff? It wasn't random. Listen, Director, you have no taste when it comes to stuff like that. It's fine, I tell you. I'll pick stuff Hitoha would enjoy. I'm telling you, I don't trust you to do that properly. Now, let's not open the bag. Now, let's just open the bag and see what he got her. Is that all right, Hitoha? Yes, can we open it up, Director? Of course. So they all huddle together to see what Yagumo brought her. Hitoha opens the bag. And what comes out of the bag is... Oh, this is... My, this is unexpected. That was spelled wrong. The cover was decorated with delicate lines and graceful coloring. A full set of manga based on the Ogura Hyakunin issue. Well, what do you think, Hitoha? Ah, thank you. I love it. I saw the anime for it once and wanted to read it once. A manga about Hyakunin issue cards, yes? Kakino Moto no Hitomaro of the Manyoshu is related enough to Shimane to have the Takatsu Kakinomoto shrine named after him. It fits the project. That's right, exactly. How do you like my taste now, Magari? Well, what's your verdict? Safe! The hell, you make it sound like I barely passed. Just the fact it doesn't have any weird macho men in it means you went above and beyond, Director. I don't like the implication behind what you just said, but whatever. You didn't call her beautiful earlier, so you know what? The group flips through the manga with Hitoha enthusiastically for a while. Okay. Are we gonna leave now? We need to tell her we're leaving. Oh yeah, Director, you should tell Hitoha... Oh yeah, wrong voice. Oh yeah, Director, you should tell Hitoha about that thing. Oh, right. That's what we came here for. What thing? Oh, it's just that tomorrow we're gonna go to Oki Islands for a few days. I figured we should let you know. The Oki Islands? For location scouting? Yeah, something like that. Right, I wish I could go too. Well, there's no helping that. You should rest until the doctor says you're good to leave. Once you're out of here, we can go together sometime. That's right, the location scouting is just part of our preparation. It'll be your turn to give it your all next. Yeah, you're right. Be careful out there then. And be sure to show me the footage you take later, okay? Yeah, it's a promise. Do you have anything else to say, madam? I heard you mention it earlier, but you're going to the Oki Islands too? Huh? Yes, that's the plan. Are you going there too, Manami? I am. The director asked me to gather some materials for him, so I was planning to go deliver them there tomorrow. Huh, what a coincidence! Wait, so the workroom director Buse shuts himself away to work is in the Oki Islands. He has a villa in Nishinoshima. Apparently he rented it out for this project and has shut himself away there. Questionable. Ibuse is behind all of this! Oh, then would you like to come together with us? I can take out my car. Really, I'd appreciate it. Yes, of course. We're meeting tomorrow in front of my office at 7 a.m. Feel free to join us. Understood, then I'll see you tomorrow. Yes. But Ibuse is in Oki Islands too. Director Yamagishi and Sakuya should be there too. Having all three directors gathered in the Oki Islands is one of those odd coincidences. Alright, let us go. Let us leave. Let me stretch my arm, it hurts. Yagumo and Magari say goodbye to Hitoha and Manami and then leave the room. They then walk down the hospital corridor when a middle-aged man with one of his hands held up by bandages approaches them. For whatever reason, the middle-aged man glares at Yagumo with stern eyes as he passes them by. He then enters Hitoha's room. That man just now. What's his problem? You're just glaring at us for some reason. He was just glaring at us for some reason, but he went into Hito's room, so I guess he knows her? Might be her manager. A lot of idols manage to look like they're really nasty people. Oh. The two of them settle on that conclusion. I bet it's her dad. They soon forget about the man and leave the hospital. Could be her dad. Alright. Yagumo heaves a deep sigh as his third cup of coffee, apparently finally calming down. He closes his eyes, waiting for the storm of emotions brewing in his chest to peter-patter out. Alright. As soon as he was alone in his room, Yagumo's expression completely blanks out. He put a brave face in regard, but this was no way the sight wouldn't shake him to his core. What am I doing? Realizing he'd spent an untold amount of time repeatedly opening and closing the same volume, and jumps to his feet. Alright, not there. What should I do? Laura sits in the editing room chair with a slightly anxious expression on her face. There's something I want to check on the film we just saw. Could you play it again? But... I want to check something about the scene where the lighting stands fall. That's all. You can pause there. Oh, alright then. He didn't mean that scene. And eternally relieved by Yagumo's words, Magari moves the progress bar carefully so as not to miss this right scene. Magari pauses there. Is that it? Yeah. Is there something off here? No, but see over here. Can you zoom in there? Magari zooms in on the area Yagumo points at. The image of Manabe's actress contorting her face in agony fills the monitor. There, the HOA lamp hit her on the neck and left a burn. It's kind of hard to look at it. Do we know anyone around here with a burn? Huh? We should have met someone like that in all the location scouting we did. What? Margaret opens the location scouting folder, opens the image of the person matching the description of Manabe's actress. Upon stopping at Miss Kuramochi, at Akari's picture, Magari exclaims in surprise. Kuramochi had a burn mark on her back of her neck. Yes, she was burned. Right. When we checked Miss Kuramochi's body during the Tsuwano incident, she had a burn mark on the same exact spot. And Sakio Ito told us something, remember? She left Tokyo to pursue an acting career, but ended up coming back for some reason. Yes, she's dressed in traditional clothes, so she feels pretty different, but yeah, she's the same person. Yeah. The deep silence falls over the two of them. Margaret then whispers faintly, breaking the silence. Just, what does it all mean? The project gets restarted 10 years later, and then the actress who played the protagonist manager gets murdered. And one of the people who killed her was the person who was with the film from 10 years ago. It's all that sham shaman, Yukensai Kumishiro. He holds the key to all of this. He was behind the incident of Tatsu no Mai Shrine too, and he manipulated Yugo and Sakio Ito too. Margaret wraps her arms around herself as her body shivers. Director, this is giving me chills. Whenever Miso enters the room. Oh, you're alone today? Kushina's on his day off. It's just me here today. I hope you don't mind. Not at all. Not at all. We don't mind even a bit. It's faster when it's just you. That's a pretty awful thing to say with a poker face. But that aside, how did the meeting with Ito go? Did you learn anything? Well, Promoter Yagumo wonders how much he should tell him. But after that pause, he came to an answer. There isn't a lot of news, no, though looking at his state of mind gave me a lot of material for my film. The meeting went smoothly thanks to your help. So thank you. I'm grateful. I see. Well, I wasn't expecting much, so I don't mind. I'm sorry, except... What? There's something I want to check, so we'll be going to Oki Islands tomorrow. Huh? Why go there again? Well, the project we're working on right now is actually a comeback for a project that was originally done 10 years ago. No? Alright, the mail Yukensai Kumishio sent you mentioned something about the project from 10 years ago. Yeah, so I looked into the project from 10 years ago and found that at the time they did the shooting at Oki Islands. So you thought you'd go there and investigate? Right, so I figured we'd let you know. Well, thank you. Isn't too big for us to act on. This is a bit too big for us to act on, and the section chief won't approve it, but let me know if you find anything we might be able to help. Right, I promise. Yagumo leaves the police department when Morigari, who walks alongside him, speaks up. Are you sure you're not telling him everything was the right thing to do? What do you mean? I mean, what Sakio Ito told you about that film. You hardly told Inspector Misawa anything. Well, yeah. I owe Inspector Misawa a great deal for saving me, but I feel like running my mouth about that Sakio Ito told me would be an unjust thing to do. Unjust? He's a murderer! Well, this doesn't relate directly to the crime, and I don't know why, but he told me his reasons. Besides, if I told him about the film, he'd ask me to show it to him. I don't think I want to expose someone like that to any more people. Very shocked by the whisper that escaped Yagumo's lips. But the two just walk on in silence, saying nothing more. I wouldn't really want to show my family's suicide videotape to other people either. A faint darkness falls over the area at some point, and a chill that's unusual for the season settles in. Now then. We're leaving early tomorrow, so let's go back for today. I'll start getting things ready. Really? Then I'll be going then. I'll make it home from the bus around here. Cool, then you do that. Magari raises her hand to wave at Yagumo and walks off towards the bus station. You could walk her to the bus station. But then she stops and walks back to him. What, did you forget something? There's something on my mind. Well, what Monami said earlier about Director Ibuse being in Oki Islands. So right now, Director Yamagishi is there too. So we'll be all going there tomorrow. All of the project's directors will be gathered on Oki Island. What does that mean? She pointed out something Yagumo had asked himself too, which made him jolt internally. Yagumo hides his doubts, though, and answers with a casual tone. It's just a coincidence. It's not like we arranged for this ahead of time. We're moving inside the small region of Shimane. The three of us just happen to be in the same place. Really? Really, don't worry. With Kanade, there'll be three of us there. Yes. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, you're right. I'm just a bit neurotic, I guess. Anyway, see you tomorrow, Director. Yeah, just don't oversleep. Right. Got it. Magari waves at him again and runs off again. Yagumo stays still, watching her retreating figure until it leaves his line of sight.